Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily check-in. Today we're gonna do an ancestor message, so let's see what the ancestors have to say. I got back home to do my other decks and I've gotten my Angels and Ancestors deck. I am bringing it with me on my next trip, so we will be using it quite a lot, and I know you guys love this deck, so I'm just excited as you are, honestly. But yeah, today we're gonna do, and not just for the ancestor reading, by the way, but today we are doing ancestor reading, so let's dive right in and see what happens. And I've got, for the main read, I've got the Light Seers Tarot and I've got the Steampunk Tarot to clarify. So let's see. Hope you are doing great. We have beautiful summer day here in New York area. And just a reminder to hit the like button, please. This helps me circulate these messages with people who need to hear them. Okay, for Divine Feminines, we have the Sun. Enjoy success and happiness. I love it. You know, entirely the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. And it might be somewhat different in this deck, but you know, it literally says enjoy success and happiness. That's what it is all about, right? A big part of the symbolism of the Sun energy is to actually find the most joyful, find a way to get the most joy out of the experience that you are in. So we will get some more details in the reading, I'm sure, but this is a great start. All right. And for the masculines, we have the Shaman energy. So this one says trust in higher forces. This is definitely a connection to the ancestral line, and the ancestors are saying that they are protecting you at this time, Divine Masculines. It's up to you to A, notice the signs and synchronicities, and B, ask for additional support if you feel like that's what's needed at this time. If you're still looking for some answers, if you need additional clarity, just ask for help, because there is certain limit to where the guides can go without a specific permission. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot. There might be some neighbors passing by, because this is a route I usually like to take to walk their dogs, so I'm just gonna ignore them from now on. Also some that are thinking that I can actually get out of here, but they can't, so oh well, we'll explore, right? Look at that. Bottom of the deck is Four of Wands. And Eight of Cups. So the more we walk away from the old stereotypes, paradigms, and ideas for what the relationship should look like, or what is our partner supposed to be like. And I mean, a lot of people have expectations starting from the looks and ending with, I don't know, how much money they're supposed to make, or like them being at a certain level of education or something else, right? And this is saying to us, the more we walk away from the surface level expectations, the more we actually find ourselves, first of all, enjoying the success and happiness, right? Like this is what this for once is about. They're dancing, right? You can enjoy the process then. It's gonna be like it's gonna have playful energy then, and you will actually get into the union energy. And you know what, one of the big secrets here is, even if you are in a union energy and your masculine isn't, you will get aligned with a soulmate who will match your vibration. And yes, it may happen that you'll be, you know, with your soulmate for a while your twin catches up to that. But the most important part is that you'll be with someone who matches your energy, right? And you can hold that space, right? And of course, trust in the divine for this to unfold naturally. So Feminines, your energy for today is the Moon, clarified by Page of Cups. Yeah, both of them are water energy, and we just had full moon in Sagittarius just a couple of days ago. We're just coming out of that energy, to be honest with you, and a lot of us is still integrating the insights that we've seen, and we're now that we've cleansed the space, we've cleared some space by removing the clutter, the unnecessary, the burden, right? We've created this space where we attract something new and positive, right? And it could be something loving, something sweet, right? We've opened the doors to attract something beautiful in our life. So be on the lookout for that, divine feminines. For masculines, we have the devil clarified by 9 of Cups. So masculines are having a temptation to use their power for evil, not for good. Yes, we know that divine masculines are very gifted, very powerful, very attractive on many levels, right? And they know that too, and the life teaches them that, that's how you can use that to get what you want. So for divine masculines watching, if this has been your pattern for a while, or if there's still something deep down that tells you this just doesn't feel right, there is a different way to do it, right? Or at least what you can do if you're thinking maybe there is something off with it, but I don't know any other way. And that's what happens to a lot of us. We grow up with certain coping mechanisms, with certain ways to get what we want. And if it works, we continue to use it and maybe abuse it. But what you can do is be more vocal and more honest and more outspoken about what is it exactly that you're doing and why, right? And then see what happens, right? Be more honest with yourself. Why am I doing it? Am I aware? Am I holding myself accountable for the consequence? Am I being completely authentic and honest in this situation? And then if not, ask yourself why. Why do I think that I'm not supposed to be honest here? That I'll do much better with putting up a front or manipulating the situation, right? This is where you'll find clues. Additional question for today. Magician and death. Brilliant, right? To me, this is a beautiful combination of what we control in our life and what is a certain season of life where there are endings, there are transformations where we can't really stop them from happening. And it doesn't mean that we were weak. It doesn't mean that we did something wrong. It may look like a negative experience. It may feel like a punishment that we didn't deserve. But this is where that wisdom comes in, and we're supposed to see or to ask at least for more clarity what that meant. And the ancestors are paying our attention to the wisdom in everything that's happening around us. Let's get some more clarification. What do the feminines need to know about this? Wow, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, the second 4 of Wands in the reading. So for the feminines, they need to know that the collective consciousness is always at play. And as much as we like to think that we've cleansed and detoxed our field and we've heightened our vibration, the general collective is still going to impact us. It's going to impact our DM. So we can't take it out of the consideration. I mean, we can pretend like nobody else exists, but it's not really the case, including the ways in which other people impact our decisions still. So what we can do is really continue to see what these dynamics are like, and where we find compromises for a good reason, out of respect, out of love, out of healthy collaboration, and where we do that, or we go with what the other person or other people want, just so that we get it done, or just so you don't have to have a difficult conversation, or whatever else it might be. And then for the masculines, 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. First of all, it's 2 and then 3 of Pentacles. There's a progression, but also a synchronicity, because we just had 3 of Pentacles on the feminine side. So guess what? For the masculines, it's also about collaboration. It's like, it's not really me trying to be on top of everything, right? It's like part of the collective responsibility is also that you don't have to do everything alone, right? And this is the case where 1 + 1 = 5, right? Where you can combine your strong side with another person's strong side, and you can really, or other people, and you can really achieve something beautiful together, something powerful. And this is a time to look at that, not to look at other people in a dualistic way, especially if you recognize that the general collective is still sleeping, still has veil on their eyes. It's not to judge them, but to see how you can still integrate, collaborate, and continue creating impact for those people, but also understand that they're still creating positive impact on your life, right? So not feel like you're better than others, but still see how you're part of a community no matter what. Whether it's Twin Flame community or your local town community, or I don't know, men's circle community online maybe, or whatever else you may be part of. How the feminine see in the connection at this time? The Wheel of Fortune double. Feminine surrender and they let go and let God, basically, right? Feminines, if you're not in that space, this is what you should be doing. Surrender and, focus on your own balance, focus on inner center, focus on inner harmony of feminine and masculine. Don't worry too much about what you're supposed to do in order for GM to come to you and for you to be together, right? Leave that to the universe, leave that to the divine and divine timing. And then how the masculine see in the connection. King of Cups clarified by the Knight of Swords. Wow. So masculines are basically saying that they are much better with understanding their feelings and emotions. They've been doing their time in solitude, their time in peace and meditation, maybe doing what they love, has helped them learn about themselves more, discover themselves more. But now the thing where they still need to catch up is how they express that, how they communicate about it, about their feelings, emotions, intentions, everything, right? How do they tell their story without manipulating the situation? That's what they're working on right now. But huge progress, and I feel the energy of excitement on the masculine side, so this is always good news. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and until next time.